It's Thursday, May 18, on time for your Barbados Today evening update. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Thanks for joining us. We begin with a call for unity at high-level talks involving Caricom Foreign Ministers at the Lloyd Erskine Sandiford Centre today. One of those making the appeal was Barbados's Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade Minister, Senator Maxine McLean. She told those in attendance at the opening of the 20th meeting of the Council for Foreign and Community Relations that there was a need for a collective approach by regional countries when dealing with international challenges that could impact on bilateral relations.
We must devise a clear policy on engagement with the European Union on the exit of the United Kingdom and the ACP-EU relationship after the expiry of the Cotonou Agreement in 2020. We also have to determine what effect the new stand of the United States administration on climate change may have on the objectives of the 2015 Paris Agreement on climate change and other efforts to mitigate climate change. This is a priority issue for Caricom. As members of this Council, we must furnish the form and substance of the policy guidance to treat to these issues.
Caricom Secretary General Ambassador Erwin LaRocque issued a similar call, saying it's the only way Caricom members can effectively tackle challenges, including that of climate change.
The Caribbean community has a complex and formidable task at hand. With change comes uncertainty, but also the potential for opportunities. I believe, as I have said in another forum, that the strength of our integration movement gives us a solid platform upon which to build our resilience. The COFCO, and indeed Caricom, are in a process of adapting to change and building our resilience as we seek new opportunities for advancement and a strengthened community.
Barbados is redoubling its efforts at ensuring that its bread and butter industry is protected from possible terrorist attacks and other security breaches. This as industry stakeholders and representatives from the various national security services met this morning with international experts at the Barbados Defense Force for talks on the issue. Deputy Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Tourism, Celia Paula Jones, addressed the gathering of experts, saying the issue of security was now much more than personal.
There was a time when our prime concern was for our personal security. The issues at that time were minuscule. Were the doors locked? Did we have our wallets secured? The whole issue of security has now widened exponentially and taken center stage to encompass computer security, such as threats from Trojans to ransomware, with a devastating effect on our businesses, but more importantly, on our personal lives. Terrorist attacks and unknown visitors result in loss of life and on the whole destruction of property, usually at public destinations and at outstanding landmarks.
The Court of Appeal has reserved its decision in the case in which 14 police officers are claiming that they were bypassed for promotions 5 years ago within the Royal Barbados Police Force. In his 3-hour-long submissions in the No. 1 Supreme Court this morning, Queen's Counsel Ralph Thorne, who is representing the officers, 2 of whom have since retired, made submissions on 16 of 18 grounds of appeal. The other 2 grounds were argued back on March 22nd. Thorne contends that the Police Service Commission breached the law when it removed the names of the officers from the 2012 list of promotions and failed to consult the police commissioner of their decision. And he's urged Chief Justice Sir Marston Gibson and Justices Andrew Burgess and Kay Goodrich to declare by judgment that the officers be promoted. He's also seeking damages for the 2 officers that are now retired and compensation for the remaining lawmen for what he says was the injury caused to their professional reputation. The 3-member panel also heard submissions from Deputy Solicitor General Donna Brathwaite QC, who is representing the Attorney General and the Commissioner of Police, and Attorney-at-Law Tariq Khan, who is representing the former Chairman of the Police Service Commission, Sir Trevor Carmichael.
There's regional and international news after this short break. When it comes to your family, what do you dream of? Enjoying the sights of Italy, seeing the Eiffel Tower for the first time, or experiencing the cuisine of Spain? Quartz can make your family dream come true. Shop at Quartz for a chance to win a dream cruise for a family of 4. Spend $999 or over at any Quartz store or online at shopquartz.com. Every $100 gets you a chance to win that cruise to give you more fun time with your family by cruising the Mediterranean, a value of over $20,000. So stop dreaming and start shopping to make your dream come true at Quartz, bringing value home.
We pick up with news from the regional front. Venezuela's Defense Minister Vladimir Padrino has ordered 2,600 troops to the country's western region to quell looting and rioting amid continuing anti-government protests. This after 3 people, including 2 teenagers, were killed in Tarachi this week, while the media is reporting that most of the shops and businesses are closed and guarded by soldiers in San Cristobal. Since the protests began in early April, 43 people have died across the country. And finally, President Donald Trump describes a decision to appoint a special counsel to oversee the inquiry into Russian influence on his election as nothing more than a witch hunt. Former FBI Director Robert Mueller has been selected to lead the inquiry, but the U.S. president says the move only hurts the country terribly.
Well, I respect the move, but the entire thing has been a witch hunt, and there is no collusion between certainly myself and my campaign, but I can always speak for myself and the Russians, zero. I think it divides the country. I think we have a very divided country because of that and many other things. So I can tell you that we want to bring this great country of ours together, John, and I will also say very strongly we've had tremendous success. You look at our job numbers, you look at what's going on at the border, as we discussed before, you look at what will be happening, you're going to see some incredible numbers with respect to the success of General Mattis and others with the ISIS situation. The numbers are staggering, how successful they've been, the military has been. Tomorrow, as you know, I'm going to Saudi Arabia, I'm going to Israel, I'm going to Rome, and we have the G7. We have a lot of great things going on. So I hate to see anything that divides. I'm fine with whatever people want to do, but we have to get back to running this country really, really well. We've made tremendous progress in the last 100 and some odd days, tremendous progress. And you see job numbers, you see all of the production that's starting, plants starting to open again, haven't been open in years. I'm very proud of it. That's what I want to be focused on, because believe me, there's no collusion. Russia is fine, but whether it's Russia or anybody else, my total priority, believe me, is the United States of America.
And that's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. Also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. We're also on Izumi Media and bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you, as well as Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Good evening.